Hello, church. Welcome to the end of another week. I hope you can see I'm actually outside, just outside the sanctuary doors at the church, and I wanted to come to you from here because this behind me is the space that we're going to be using for our in-person outdoor communion services that we've begun to announce. The first one's going to be on September 13th, a Sunday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing that later in the day because it's an extension of our online worship experience, and so we will gather for a brief time, but gather nonetheless, socially distanced with masks on, but we'll be able to partake in communion. And I know that we have longed to do that. I look forward to this opportunity to allow the fellowship of believers to gather together. I know it's still not quite the same. I just finished recording for online worship, and I will say that at times it feels harder to preach to empty pews. But just as I say that, I want you to know that I know that I'm not preaching to just empty pews. When I am preaching, I'm thinking of you all. I try to imagine your faces. I want you to know that I continue to give thanks for this incredible privilege and responsibility to be your pastor and to preach the good news and to allow God to work through me, for us to be empowered and equipped to be God's faithful disciples. As we continue to move forward as such, I hope you have seen the email that went out last week with the survey that we're asking you to fill out to help to be included in the work that the board is going to be doing as we seek to do some strategic planning and some revisioning. Revisioning meaning that we're discerning and asking God what God's preferred future for us is. How is it that God is now in this time calling us to make disciples of Jesus Christ just in the unique way that God needs crooks to do? And so if you have questions about any of that process, the survey had some more information about that. I just invite you to contact me or Laura Waite-Fleet-Smith, our board chair. But friends, also know that there's opportunity starting September 13th that if you are part of a church-related small group that wants to meet indoors, contact me or Bob Van Zant, because we're going to be able to make that possible following some guidelines. We look forward to continuing our sermon series on Broken. That'll be for the next 2 weeks. And then we'll start a new series that's going to take us into the wilderness as we journey with the people of God in Exodus. And on September 6th, we're going to have a time in our worship to bless the devices as our children and teachers return to school. Friends, I give thanks for all of you. I give thanks for the ways in which we stay connected even though we're apart. And maybe sometimes that might sound tiring to say, but we are finding more ways to be in fellowship. I hope you'll consider joining Ricky Noble's new small group on Sermon on the Mount. We are looking for other opportunities for spiritual growth and fellowship in the coming weeks and months. And I also want to share that I am happy to schedule socially distanced visits if you'd like me to come to where you are, or if you would like to meet me here. There's ways to make that possible now. And so friends, continue to be blessed. Continue to stay connected. Continue to trust in God's faithfulness who continues to carry us through this time. Be at peace and be well.